Hello Seekers, welcome to New Thought Life's video blog. I'm so happy you're here. I'm hoping you're enjoying the website. I'm hoping you're enjoying these updated videos and the writings. I hope you're taking the time to study each of these pieces as a piece of individual, meditative, contemplative items that you can take these ideas and make them your own. Take these, go into meditation, do some writing of your own about this, and I hope these are tools that you can use in your own life. Today we're going to talk about the singing bowl, and this particular singing bowl has just a short piece of history with me, although I've had it for several years. This bowl was given to me. I did a workshop for a group of people based on some of the principles of living the spiritual way of life. And at the end of the workshop, we met once a week for about 6 or 8 months. And at the end of the workshop, they gave me this singing bowl, the group that remained, the ones that stayed on for the long term and were really devoted to pursuing the spiritual life, gave me this Tibetan singing bowl. I'm told it's an antique bowl, which makes me very happy. There's several uses for the bowl, but the reason I'm bringing this up is again, as you build your altar, find things in your life that you can use that will bring your attention to the awareness of God. It's the practicing the principle of the presence of God, or as our old friend Brother Lawrence would say, practicing the presence of God. This is just one of the tools I have. The presence of God is always with us, of course, but it's one of the tools I get to bring my perception and my understanding that in this moment this is something special, because I only get the singing bowl out when I'm going to be doing meditation. Anytime I meet with an individual to talk about the spiritual life, we'll ring the singing bowl, which we'll do here in just a second. So the singing bowl, like how beautiful is that? The sound of the Om. Om. It's the Om is one complete cycle. Om. And how beautiful that is, that this Om is the O, it's the breathing in, the pause, the breathing out, O, Om. It is the heartfelt sense. I can still hear that. Just from that short ringing of the bowl. Many times when I'm meeting with somebody, this will just be sitting on our table, and to bring us into meditation, I'll ring the singing bowl this way. And we'll listen now until we can no longer hear the singing bowl. And this is a way to enter into meditation. All focus is off of everything except for the sound of the bowl. I still hear it. Yeah. Yes. And I can still hear that. It just now faded out. But that's only my perception. The bowl continues to ring. And what a great metaphor that is, that this bowl will continue to ring even after I no longer perceive it. Isn't that a great metaphor for the presence of God? Even when I'm not sensing or hearing or seeing, my perceptions are limited in this world. with a different level of hearing. There are people that can hear this much more than I can. I like to ring the singing bowl and just meditate. It's a way to take our thoughts off of all else and bring ourselves into meditation, whether you use a singing bowl, a small bell that you ring, whether you do the cymbal, the chime. this is something that will help us just concentrate on blocking all else out. In the middle of listening to that, for those that are new in meditation, for those that are in the middle of that, maybe you listen to it for 5 seconds or 10 seconds and you find yourself distracted. It's fine. This is a gentle practice. Just gently bring yourself back to the awareness of the presence of God in that moment through listening. Say, oh, I'm listening for the sound. Ah, there it is. There it is. There's the Om. One of the best pieces that I've ever been given for the spiritual life was given to me when it comes to the chime, was given to me by a friend of mine in Alaska who was sitting with a fellow, and we'll call him Paul, and he rang the bell, the singing bowl, and rather than hearing the Om, he heard the Paul. With this fellow he was just going to begin to work with. They were just going to enter into the early conversations about a spiritual life. Paul was suffering and had come to this fellow for advice. They sat down to do a few minutes of meditation. He rang the singing bowl and he could hear the name. And I use that so often now. When I ring the singing bowl in the presence of somebody else or a group of people, I hear their name or their names in the sound of the bowl. It's the I am, it is the God calling us by our own name. And how sweet is that? How sweet is that in the spiritual life, God calls us by name. I hear it. And when I'm by myself doing the meditation, sometimes I'll hear Kenny, in the bowl. I'll hear it calling my name, reminding me that this is a special time and a special place. This is my time to calm down and to think thoughts about the spiritual life. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this was helpful to you. For those that are so moved, I hope you'll find a singing bowl. There's plenty of places here in Seattle as a singing bowl shop where they do sound baths. You can go and just immerse yourself in these things. So have some fun. Play around with this. Experiment with this like you would the scientific life. You do an experiment and either it has results or it doesn't. Do the singing bowl or some method of sound to start your meditation. And do it from the scientific standpoint. Either this works and it helps to calm me down, or it doesn't. And just like in science, if something doesn't work, we discard it and bring in some new experiment. We don't discard the effort all along. I hope this is helpful to you. Until the next time, I hope we can join and see each other in person. I hope our paths cross. Thank you for joining us in this new thought life community.